Well, welcome back, matriculants. This is our last video on chapter 1, wherein we were learning about the basic accounting concepts. And let me emphasize again that even though this is a theoretical part of accounting, and I know that most students or most learners do not really like the theoretical part of accounting. They love calculations, but this part is the foundations of accounting. This is the foundation of accounting. These are the fundamentals of accounting. This is what they will teach you even when you go to tertiary. When you go to tertiary, you're going to start with the fundamentals of accounting, and this is where we start. They want you to understand what an asset is, what a liability is, what an expense is. You are going to start there. So this is very, very important, because there's no way you can work in an accounting environment without this knowledge. You will not be able to prepare financial statements in your exams when you do not know what an asset is, what a liability is, what is owner's equity, what is an expense, what is an income. So knowing and understanding these concepts is very crucial for your accounting success. So in the first lesson we learned the basic accounting concepts, wherein we were defining concepts such as what an asset is, what are liabilities, what is owner's equity, what is an income, an expense, accrued income, accrued expense. And you also learned where in the financial statements those accounts fall. And then we moved to lesson 2. Lesson 2, you learned the rules of accounting, the rules of debit and credit. You learned when to debit an account, when to credit an account. You also learned what type of those accounts are. And then we moved to lesson 3, wherein you learned about the 5 main type of accounts in accounting. You learned what assets, liabilities, owner's equity, income, and expenses are, and how to classify accounts under those 5 main types. And then we move to lesson 4, wherein you learned how to record transactions in the accounting equation. And you also learned that beside being able to you also gained knowledge on where accounts fall in the financial statements, whether an account or transaction fall in the income statement or a balance sheet. And then, so what I would like to emphasize here is that practice all the quiz activities, do all the quiz activities, and of course without checking the solutions, so that you can evaluate yourself whether you understand the lesson, or if you need to revisit the lesson. Please do that. And also do not forget to take the overall activity, the concluding activity. This encompasses questions from all the lessons. It tests your knowledge on whether you've understood chapter 1 in whole. So there are different types of questions. There's matching question, there is true or false question types, there's multiple choice, and there is also fill in the blanks. There is also application questions. So do attempt them without first looking at the solution, and then look at the solution after, and mark yourself to evaluate whether you have full understanding or if you need to revisit the lesson. So see you in the next chapter, wherein we'll be discussing about companies.